Struggling to connect with buyers in an overcrowded, noisy sales landscape? Today's buyers want more than a spray and pray email blast. Launch a podcast and collaborate on content with people that matter most in your industry. Learn more at salesculture.work.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Joe Lemon Experience podcast. This show is built totally on my motto called Push Yourself to Know Yourself. And this audio experience has really been about me trying to connect with people that I just find interesting and having these cool and candid conversations with them about how they're challenging the status quo so they can get to know themselves in the process. Thank you so much for tuning in, and really excited to bring today's guest to you guys, Demetrius Juice Deason. He's the up-and-coming comedian, and I first got introduced to him through my guy Jay Fields, sports agent here in LA. And I've been sitting on this podcast way too long. We did this podcast at the very end of last year, right before he was wrapping up his whole Christmas tour and his toys for his whole tour drive that he does annually. And man, it's just great getting to know the guy because he has a crazy upbringing. He's been playing basketball for quite some time, and he played with Russell Westbrook. He's out of LA, and now he's kind of transitioned, his whole life from, being this superstar athlete to having some injuries, then being down, to being homeless, to working at, El Pollo Loco, and now getting back on his feet, and he's launching his whole stand-up tour called Layups to Stand-Ups Tour. So sit back and enjoy this episode with Demetrius Juice Deason. Setbacks,
it's all
man.
about how you bounce back for those setbacks.
It's all about how you bounce back, bro. So, Demetrius,
Juice.
What else? What's going on, man? Welcome to the podcast, brother.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Seriously, man.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, so I want to dive into your story too, though, man.
Okay, for sure.
Can we just take it back to LA a little bit? Can we talk about how you were coming up and everything?
Yeah, you talk about whatever you want, man. I'm an open book. I like talking about it all. It's all good with me.
I mean, so this is like Hollywood a little bit, and I've been trying to. I like trying to paint these pictures a little bit better here. You know what I mean? Because if you think about every good movie, every good Marvel, superhero type of movie, right? They always get the origin story first.
Yeah.
So let's kind of start with yours, man. How were you coming up and everything?
Growing up, I was believe it or not, I was shy when I first grade school. First couple of grades, I was shy.
Really?
Yeah. I was a late bloomer. I didn't start talking until I was really late, older. I had like a speech impediment, which affected me talking. Yeah. So I was real shy, real laid back, didn't really talk. Yeah. People used to pick on me, and that's how I end up coming out my shell. I'm gonna start getting you before you get me.
Of course. Yeah.
So that's
tell me, around what grade did people start kind of really trying to challenge you, and then you start kind of coming out a little bit?
I say people started challenging me from jump, just from jump. I mean, when I grew into my looks after, you know what I'm saying? I didn't look like this back in the day. So I was funny looking, I had a big hair, was super skinny, dressed weird when I was a little kid. So I think really when I started to fight back was probably fourth grade, fifth grade. Yeah. Fourth grade, that's when I really started it. All right, hold on. Let me get them first. That's when I really started to come along. I think
a lot of people really started. Matter of fact, I was doing some nonprofit work, and they were talking about how third grade is that inflection point for a lot of kids. Yeah. And I thought about myself during the whole third grade, and I was like chubby dude, I was supposed to have glasses, but I didn't wear them because it wasn't cool.
I was chubby too.
Really?
Nobody believed that. I was chubby for
You weren't built chubby right now, though.
Nah, it's impossible now. It's impossible. I was when I was in first, second grade, I was chunky. I was more chunkier side. I was a little thick, and I played football for a little bit too. Dope. Then I let that go quick.
Okay.
I had what happened when I had a growth spurt, and then from there I grew a lot, and I've been skinny ever since.
That's dope. Okay, all right, cool. So you were kind of getting picked on,
and
then you started to fire back with some jokes, or what?
Yeah, I was ruthless. I was if I heard anything I know or could say about you that I heard, I would say it. If you got a bad grade on a report card,
or you was killing people,
or if I was walking down the street and I just saw your mom and she looked crazy, I remember in my head, I saw your mom yesterday. See, woo. I was go in on people. They're like, damn, how the hell he know that?
Right.
Or if I catch you in the grocery store, you looking crazy with your. There was no limits.
That's dope.
I had to run a lot. I ran a lot in school.
Yeah.
From people because they was out to get me. I was to go at people's neck. I didn't stop.
I mean, but man, I think that kind of builds some character too, though, right? I mean, because if you're willing to kind of always kind of strike first, then people are kind of apprehensive about, all right, if I come for him, I know he's not going to stop on me, right?
People would be like, if I come for him, I got to have my material ready too because he's going to go. And so that's kind of what happened. And then I ended up started playing basketball. And then I started getting confidence from that. Yeah. Started learning, meeting new people. Everybody started knowing me. So I really had that reputation. Like, you want to come get it? Come on.
That's cool, man.
Come on, I give it to you.
And so you were talking about you playing ball. And, I mean, obviously, you used to play with Russell Westbrook back in the day. So how was that coming up and everything? It
was probably the best experience in my life. Besides comedy would probably be the best. And that would probably be second. It was at a time when I needed it. I needed the structure in my life. We was really good. So that kind of helped. That made a lot of things in my life. Cause I lived in a motel growing up as a kid. So I lived in a motel, single mom. We was struggling the whole way to figure it out. So when I was we was ranked number 3 in the state, like all through high school. So we got all the gear. We was going to all the big tournaments. Everybody knew us. So
that's crazy.
We was getting a little $45, for like when we on the road. I said, pocket that money, keep it, go back home and use that for school money. That's what I used to do. So as just that experience and me us being as good as we was and playing with him and playing with my other teammates, it definitely shaped my life. It changed my life because could have went a different way. As we all know, as being a minority, it can go different. It's real. It's like it's a real quick slope to go the opposite way.
It's a fine line, man. That's pretty cool, though, too, about sports, because I think when kids don't get involved, and whether you're good or not, there's a necessary, or not necessary, but there's a nice little bit of discipline that really comes with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because everything that you're doing now, I can imagine, crosses over. I want to get into the whole piece about comedy as well, but tell me some more about your whole career playing ball as well. So, did you play in like college and everything? Or?
Yep. So I played. Always throw this fact out. We in high school. I went 64-11.
64-11.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all was slaying cats.
Yeah. So it was one year we won the most games in the whole state without winning the championship. Like it's a bad record to have.
Yeah.
But we went 26-2.
Oh,
and didn't win though. But didn't win nothing. We didn't win no CIF, no city, no state, nothing.
Why do you think it was though? Was it just like people they have that much more talent than y'all, or what?
We just had those bad. We lost both every time we lost at home.
Really?
We was a favorite.
Of course,
turn the ball over, just out of our zone, lost.
Do you think it had anything to do? Because I've seen a couple people that were like just killing like regular season play, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think it had anything to do with like the confidence being so high because you guys murdered people like throughout the whole regular season?
Nah, honestly, we didn't have enough help. I'm gonna be honest. We was good, but we pressed and we play hard.
Yeah.
But when in playoff basketball, when you slow down the game, when you got to actually score in the half court, we only had 2.5 people.
I got you.
And we had a team of 12. So you do the math. It was easy to guard us. Like if we wasn't making you turn the ball over, or you wasn't beating yourself, it was hard for us to beat you.
Wow.
But most times we make sure we turn. It was hard not to turn the ball over. We pressed we led the state we forced a lot of turnovers.
Oh, so you guys rather get into it? You guys just needed some more players on the bench to kind of come off and
we need
really
a couple more spot up shooters. We need another spot up shooter and another person to get to the basket. I would have won 4 rings.
Wow, bro.
If I would have been when I was out of high school, we'd have got a ring. We would have got 1.
Do you ever miss it at all?
Yeah, I missed it.
Do you?
When I first started playing basketball, because after I played basketball, I played high school, I went to junior college, played 2 years, and played 4 years. Went overseas for a second. When I stopped playing basketball, I missed it. I missed high school the most. Just that feeling of walking in the gym like, y'all know we about to beat y'all. Like, y'all know y'all about to lose by 30.
Yeah.
It was a dope experience.
Yeah, man. I could imagine, bro. Like, I was all right in like high school, made all-star papers at every blue moon, but my whole squad was trash. You know what I mean? So I had no hopes of ever really doing like anything. But if we would have been a part of the winning process, I know how addictive that can be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because like once it starts happening like on a regular basis, it's just it's like almost who you are to a degree, right?
I remember like back when like so you was on a bad team, but you did a lot.
Yeah.
Like you was like one got better. I remember like back in school, like I was more like against y'all, I would have my best games. Those when like they put in like they like Juice go crazy. That's when I had like 17, 20s. That's when I get to go crazy because I have nothing to lose. Those are my best games with beating people like 50.
Wow.
That was my best games. I was I go crazy. So I was a bully, basically. What I'm saying, I was a bully. Like when I smelled blood, you You never ask for the ball all game. We playing Westchester, Fairfax, you don't want the ball. We playing St. Jude Academy, you want the ball every time. Give me the ball.
100%.
It would have been bad for you, that's what I'm saying. We would not been doing this interview. We played y'all.
Bro, Juice, man, you need to have your own podcast, dog.
Man.
I mean, seriously. I say everybody needs to have the podcast, but comedians to me, though,
right.
This is really your whole arena, man.
Right.
Because you guys can just carry it way better than most other people.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, all right, so take it back to basketball, right? And so you got injured, right? Is that right?
Yep.
So what happened there?
So my junior year, my first year transfer to a 4-year, I led my team in points, minutes, rebounds, steals, turnovers, pictures taken per the crowd. I led us in everything. So I thought I was a man going into my senior year.
Yeah.
And preseason, I came down and I popped I strained my back.
Oh wow!
And then it was like 2 weeks later, I was barely able to walk. And then my school was they was shady. They went out and got a guard, recruited a new guard, gave him my scholarship, and I went back home. I didn't even get to finish my senior year.
It was that quick?
Yeah, that quick.
Man, so they pulled you out mid-season?
It was preseason, so
it's
a little bit different because I went to a low-level D2. So
I'm with you. Yeah.
It's easy to qualify. So they had a kid that they was trying to bring in. They got him cleared.
Yep.
And then they gave him my scholarship. I was still able to go to school and finish if I wanted to, but I was just like, if I can't play basketball, I'm going home.
I can imagine though, bro. I mean, especially if you were there dominating, and then it's kind of impossible not to feel slighted by that.
Yeah, it's like, well,
and now I'm gonna graduate with y'all.
Yeah.
I couldn't see that playing out well for most people either way.
I mean, I tried because I had the cold part was that I tried to come back twice. This is all beginning season, preseason.
Yeah.
And then I went from starting to coming off the bench, and then me at practice, I was barely able to practice. I wasn't moving the right way, and then I could feel the team going that way, and I'm still this way, and I'm like. And then they're like, this next quarter you're going to have to pay most of your scholarship. You're going to have to pay for school. I went to a private school. It was $20,000 a quarter. I was like, nah, that ain't going to work.
Nah.
So that's why I just went back home.
Interesting, bro. I mean, so if we keep the whole movie theme going though, man, this is taking us to that part.
Dun, 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 dun.
Exactly.
When you creep into, and then I felt my calling.
I'm telling you, man, this is like after Spider-Man gets bit by the spider, and then all of a sudden you're like, hold up, though, there's some people starting trouble throughout the city.
When they got the sad music, you're on the bus and it's raining. It's always raining.
I gotta add that.
Out the window. Hey, mom, come on, baby. It's one of those type moments. And so my mom then hugged me. My mom said, your ass got a week to find something to do.
Yeah.
My mom said, you got a week to find something to do.
So what'd you get into, bro?
I started working at El Pollo Loco.
Yeah.
In a week, man, you ain't got that much time with you. I had to find a job quick.
Pollo get you on the spot.
Loco, listen, cashier, working at El Pollo Loco. I had that on lock.
Okay.
And then luckily I had a friend that did comedy.
Yeah.
And he always would try to talk me into doing it. And I went to his show one night and I didn't know it, but he booked me on the show without telling me. And then they was like, coming to the stage, Juice. And I was like, what? And then next thing you know, I went on stage, freestyle 10 minutes and been doing it ever since.
Who's your friend, man?
His name was Dewan Brown.
That's dope, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a real friend right there.
He don't even do comedy no more.
No more? He's done?
Yeah, he stopped. He's like, but I had to, before I stopped, I had to get you started. I was like, what? He stopped. So
that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. So I've been doing it nonstop. He come to a lot of the shows like, bro, I told you got it. It's like, all right, cool. Maybe I did.
Man, I was reading, I was listening to Kevin Hart's book, right?
Yeah.
And he was talking about his process of going between Philly up to New York, back and forth, nonstop, trying to do shows all the time. And, it's cool that LA is like one of the hubs. I mean, clearly one of the hubs for like comedy. So talk about that whole comedy grind a little bit, because I think a lot of people need to know about that, because I think it translates to whatever people want to kind of really grow into. But
comedy grind is different from any other grind, personally. It's just because I feel like even with relating it to sports, like in sports, when your jump shot is not falling, you could go to the gym and shoot by yourself, break as many shots as you want, airball, get it all out.
Yeah.
In comedy, you gotta go on stage and get all those airballs and bricks out in front of people who pay. Like, nah, bro. That ain't it. Like, it ain't nothing worse when your friends in the crowd. Like, nah, bro. I mean, my friends would make eye contact with me on stage. Like,
oh, really?
Even when I'm killing it. I remember I just did a show in Oklahoma with Russ. I'm on stage. Russ was like, I'm like, bro, shut up. Like, don't. So for me, I think that grind is the toughest one because, like, you got to literally get up on stage every night, bars, all these weird, small little shows with 2-3 people there and perform and really and fine tune each joke every night.
How do you kind of handle that, I guess?
Thick skin. Yeah. Thick skin. And I have this crazy, if anything else, I believe in myself to like a crazy amount, like sometimes too much. Because like to the point, like literally, this is no joke. Like the day after I did that open mic, my friend's show, the next day I had a manager. The next day, I was like, yo, bro, you need to manage me. I'm like, you need to manage me, bro. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. He's like, all right, bet, woo. Yeah. And so we went out, started doing open mics. He got me on a show. I walk in with all these veteran comedians, 20 years in the game. Oh, I'm Juice. They're like, oh, okay, what's up? How long you been in comedy? I'm like, a week. Like, it's my manager. Everybody just start crying, laughing. Like in my head, I already knew I was gonna be good. I was gonna be great at it, you know. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of that basketball mentality. Like, yo, I'm like, I wasn't the best player on my team, but I knew how to play. Like, I did all the dirty work and talked trash, died on loose balls, gave the ball to our best players, didn't turn it over. Yeah, I'll be in a lot. So I had that same mentality with comedy. If I stay in the gym, which is the clubs, I will get good. And that was just kind of how I approached it. I came in like I'm taking over everything.
How'd you get that mentality, man? Because people struggle with that.
This seeing the results of having that same mentality in high school. Like I said, I was literally like, I went from being the worst player on our team to in middle school not playing. I was our third string point guard. Wow. And we brought everybody went to high school with us. So okay. And I went from being the third string point guard to being on the freshman team, starting, doing my thing, and then from there I jumped. Both of the guards ended up starting as a sophomore just because I stay working. I got coach liked me. I knew what he liked. He wanted me to hustle, play D. I'm your man. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of was my mentality in comedy. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna prove people wrong.
So I mean, man, you know, and like hands down that whole piece about hard work and finding those opportunities is like it's definitely the piece of you just have to grind, but there's also a skill set with it too, though. Yeah. Because you got to be able to listen and hear for like when the right moments are. Yeah. Especially once you're on stage too, right? Yeah. I mean, so like,
it's tough.
You have this quote. I got it off your website. It says, "It has been said that legends are made and not born." Yeah. I think that's just one of those things that people got to be born with.
Man. Yeah. I feel when it comes to comedy, I feel like you gotta be born with it. Yeah. But people always ask me like, but you can't be taught. Mm-hmm. But you can learn how to craft your gift and like how to make it get to the next level. That's why I'm at. I'm always trying to. I'm funny, but I don't know why I'm funny. So I'm always trying to figure it out. Like why? Like what I do that's funny. How? And that's the next part that people can show you how to fine tune your gift. And I think that's important with comedy because nobody start off funny. No, I don't care who. They lie to you. That's what they told me. Like I know, yeah, bro. I never bombed. Every time I kill, man. Yeah. And I start doing comedy. Like, bro, you just bombed right now. Then you walked out like you wasn't here. I saw you. Yeah. I didn't bomb. That wasn't me. But that's the mentality you got to have when doing comedy. You got to be able to have those reps, man. Because you have a lot of bad nights. Yeah. A lot of bad nights before you get good ones. And then I had bad nights. Because when you first start, you might have one good night, and then you have one out of every 5. If you good, 1 out of every 5, you start off good. If you bad, 1 out of every 10 be okay.
So are you at the club every night, or is it like a couple of days throughout the week? And like
now, because I do. When I first started, I was every night open mics. Wow. Begging people to. I didn't have a car. I was just like I was working at El Pollo Loco. I'll get off. I work from 8 to 4. Dope. I run on my lunch. My mom was sick, so I run home, take care of my mom. Go back, run home, change my clothes, jump on the bus. If I didn't get on that bus, I wasn't going to catch an open mics. I live in San Pedro. I had to catch the bus to Hollywood. Gotcha. So I get on the bus, do my 2 open mics, 2 or 3 if I get there in time, catch the bus back, do it all over. And then as I start building the brand, I start doing more shows, and then I start to pick and choose.
Are there like lots of politics once it comes to working in like comedy? Like so, it's like a list that you got to sign up for, and then you have to know people so you can get on the list. Is that how it works?
So open mics is like let's say it's first come first come. Okay. So and it's like so you gotta get there to sign up. Yep. So if open mics start at 7, you gotta get there at 5.
Got you.
Sign up. That's
Post
what
up a little bit. I got you. Yeah.
I always get there. I always get there before everybody else because I'm gonna get there first. I know in my head like I got another bus to take. Yeah. I gotta get here. So if I don't get here, I lose. So that's why I always get there early and go to the next spot.
Bruh. I love it though, man. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm in sales mainly, right? So I gotta have, most people don't want to talk to me either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most guys don't want to, roll around and straight talk to themselves, dude.
Yeah.
And so I've built up some thicker skin over time, but it's one of those things where still comedians, I think, take the cake though, man, because it's like a live audience. There's more, there's more eyeballs on you, right? And there's more judgment happening at once. Opposed to like a one-on-one thing.
You gotta be quick on your feet. It happening right there on the top of your head, and then you literally have. People was telling me when I first started, like, just keep getting on stage, you'll figure it out. And that's the worst advice you want to hear.
Oh, really?
But it's like you're like, no, but I want to know why.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you why. You literally have to feel it.
Yeah.
It's like you just keep getting up, and then you just start reacting different. Like it's like when somebody reach. You automatically don't think, just go to the legs, go to your left hand.
Yeah.
Spin moves. Like it's that same process. So for me, that was up to me accepting that was one of the hardest things for me. Like, I know in my head where I see myself. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard for me to just slow down. I'm like, bro, you are way ahead of so many people right now. Relax. You ain't even hit 4 years yet. Calm down. You already touring. Yeah. So what? But I want to be killing. I want people to be screaming. That's my talks in my head. About.
But you are touring though, which is dope though.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, so now we're going to a different part of the movie here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, so
yes.
Back to the themes, with it. I mean, so let's kind of start with this too, though. Who was like the major influence for you to actually get into comedy? I mean, outside of your friend putting you on, was there any other people that you kind of studied and watched, or that you're studying now?
Probably Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence is my favorite comedian. This is my favorite person. I just like him overall, like especially back in the 90s when he was really going. I think Martin had a big influence. It's like a combination. So it's like Martin, and I got a little bit of everything in me. So it's like Martin. Yeah. I got a little bit of Nipsey in me, Nipsey Hussle in me.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a little bit of Kevin Hart.
Yep.
I got a little bit of Dave Chappelle. Mm-hmm. I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm really big on building my own content and making that. Sticking to what I want to talk about, not like I don't want to get watered down, washed down. So it's really important to stick to that. That's one of my things. That's when I first started. I'm like, all right, I don't want to just be a comedian. I don't want to be like 8 years down the road, like mad at Hollywood, like waiting on my big break. Please help. I hate it. I'm funny. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna create from jump. I'm gonna create my own brand. I'm gonna get popping from jump. I ain't got to worry about the politics. Yeah. I got my own show. I got my own this. I got my own tour. I got my own this. So I'm always happy. I'm always working. So
can we talk about the show too, though, man?
Of course.
I mean, because you're out there giving toys to the kids and everything else.
Yeah, we could talk about the show. Let's talk about the show.
I mean, so how'd you just choose out the gate? I want to have my own show. I want to have my own tour. I mean, that was something that you obviously just kind of came out with. So how'd you come up with the ideas?
Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's like a catch-22 because the only way to get good is to perform. Mm-hmm. All the way to perform is to get on shows and be good. So I had to find a way to do. So I said, if I start my own show and I'm gonna invest in myself, put up my own money and just start seeing if the show hit. And luckily, the first couple of shows they all sold out because I knew so many people. And I'm like, I'm just gonna keep doing it. Then I have never stopped producing since. I just do both.
I was on your website. It looks like most of them are definitely selling out. I
think
all of them were actually sold out. Actually,
yeah, we got a good amount. We sell about 74%, about 74%. Some ones don't, but I mean,
that's dope.
In LA, every show I've done in LA have sold out.
Yeah,
and it'd be crazy that I still be nervous as though it's not every show. Like right now, I got a show a week from today.
Yeah,
it's December 14th, 8:30 at the Comedy Union. Tickets on sale. layupstandup.com. But
absolutely,
I got
get the plugs in, baby. Get the plugs
next
in.
week, and it's like ticket sales is doing okay, and I know when my biggest day on ticket sales, unless I'm doing a big show production-wise, is always Wednesday. So I know next Wednesday is going to be crazy, but in my head, I'm nervous because it's the way it's always worked. Because, a lot of people are last minute. So my goal is to stop that. Eventually, they're going to get the hint after like 6 times of not getting in.
Yeah,
you know what? I'm buying my ticket right away. So.
Everybody likes to wait till some last-minute stuff, especially in L.A., man. Hey.
Yeah, especially. There's so much to do, that's why. So I know my markets. That's why I really don't panic.
So what's like the best city that you've toured at so far? Where you got the most love? And
Oklahoma City.
Really?
Yeah.
What's going on out there? I mean,
I love Oklahoma City.
Really?
Yeah. It's on the fence, man. I may make that jump.
Oh, really? It's like that?
It's like that. I ain't gonna lie. I might make that jump.
Is it the barbecue or what? What's going on here, man? Like, what's happening in Oklahoma City?
It's the women. It's the vibes. Right. It's the way I can move out there. I mean, granted, my friend is Russell Westbrook, and he's Oklahoma, but it's just
that helps.
It helps dramatically.
Helps.
So
Yeah.
It helps. It's just, that's the first. So that's the first city that outside of LA that really embraced me, and even though it was majority was for him, but every time his fans become my fans, and then it kept growing with me. And we keep doing bigger and bigger stuff. So it's like, now when I go out there, I'll be like, he always making fun of me, like, you like a B- celebrity? I'm like, nah, for real. I'm B- for real. He's like, back in LA, you like D-. I said, bro, for real. There's so much going on in LA, that's why.
It is, though, man. I mean, man, you know what, honestly, I think there's a play for that, though, really.
Yeah.
I mean, because, so I was in Atlanta previously, but I was born and raised in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And, like, go and dominate that city.
Yeah.
Like, you can walk in tomorrow and clean the whole city up and have the whole city on your back behind
exactly.
you. And so you can go to those mid markets and get easy penetration, especially with your partners. I mean, man, that's
kind of my new outlet. That's I'm doing now. Last year was my first year of my tour. I did like a lot of big cities. Okay. And it was my first time doing this. I had to learn. Now I'm doing small market cities. Like where I could come in, it's a lot cheaper. I could make it a big deal.
Profitable probably.
Yeah. And find a nonprofit out there, donate to it, get in and out. So that's kind of my plan.
That's fly, man. So all right. So talk about the tour though a little bit, because I think this is something that a lot of comics, I'm sure, they would like to kind of get into for themselves, man.
I've Googled, like literally, I Googled how to start a tour. Like it's if you go to
Google's got it, man.
There's no listen, like there's nothing up there that says how to start a tour. You got a couple people that talked about bands, but comedy tours. It's second to none, because if you ain't got a big name on TV, you ain't starting no tour. Like,
I mean, so do you have to call around to the venues and try to get everything?
I started from the ground up. So let me see the fast. I started with cities, potential cities. I just wrote down 15 cities, and then from there, I went through each month and I wrote down soft dates.
Wow.
Where I might want to do it at. And then from there, I picked, based on the city, how many people in my head I think I can bring out. And I put that number there. And then I just started looking up venues, calling venues, connecting dots.
Wow.
Then I had my packages ready and who I could bring, who I was, send it off to them. And then went from there.
Bro, like, to me, like, that's one of the most powerful things, man. And, you know, people have so much more opportunities these days.
Yeah.
You know, like, if you take that back another 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
If you were a B-level type of celebrity, right? And like straight Oklahoma City, you still needed to know the right people, because there's always politics.
Right.
I mean, now you can fast track it. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, so it's a blessing.
And it's working for you as well, obviously. Yeah.
It's going pretty well. And the other thing is, like, it's like, I went to school for business.
Okay.
That's what every basketball player do. Like, we take business stuff. But I didn't really learn business as an athlete. Like, I learned a lot of the stuff I do now. Just experiencing it and going through it, failing, figuring it out. So even with the tour, like, I have that experience. Like, most comedians, I don't care how many, you can't say you started a tour from the ground up.
Right.
And I know how to do that. I could tell you, like, yo, all right, look, don't worry about radio. That ain't gonna get you no money. Look, make these Facebook, Instagram ads. Go holler at all these cute girls. I know that I know get you. Go get it. Don't worry about that. First class. Go get you a little tour bus. Yeah. Put some fake stickers on it. Make it look. I know the ins and out now.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's important. That's gonna separate me, because it's only a matter of time for you find that system that works. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, does it still work to have like a whole bunch of cute girls in the show so you can bring in some?
Yes.
Is that still like a real angle?
Oh, yes, of course. That does never stop. That is like I give every show I ever do. I'm giving away 20 tickets. This females posted show it come out. Yeah. Females always bring out guys, and guys bring out more females. It's just a number. It's just the rule of attraction, law of attraction. This is what works.
Numbers game with it.
Number game,
man. So. What's the whole future for the whole tour and like everything that you're working on right now? I mean, because having that tour is crazy good, man.
Yeah.
The fact that you got the cities lined up. I mean, do you want to add more cities? Is that what you're thinking?
My goal is just, of course, to add more cities, add bigger, any places that I'm doing comedy clubs, move up to theaters.
Okay.
Any place I'm doing theaters, move up to small arenas. And
that's the formula. I got you. Yeah.
Just keep working my way up. Like in Oklahoma, we just starting an arena now. We about to do it. We doing a small arena now,
dope,
which is going to be I think 4,500 next year.
Wow.
So we started with 500. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So every city, and then out here, same thing. I did one show, and then now I'll be doing weekends.
Okay.
So I do like weekends from Thursday to Sunday, 2 shows a night, that's bringing out 150 people per show.
Wow.
So it's just keep that going. I got my basketball league. I do a basketball league.
Talk about that.
Yeah, it's when I first started, I needed everything I do is marketing, just to get my hands on big name comedians.
Yep.
So when I first started, I couldn't get who I wanted. I was getting like C- people, D-. No offense to nobody, but it's okay. It's a process.
Everybody knows what he's standing.
God is good. And then, but when I started doing my basketball league, a lot of Hollywood comedians would come on my basketball league. Oh, yo, you juice, yeah, get my information. Then I started booking C+, B-.
Smart play.
And then I started doing charity events, getting more big name celebrities to come out. And I put my face in front of other people besides just people that's in comedy. So therefore, when I market to my stuff, I have a wide range of people. I could promote to these kids that I did this charity for. I could promote to here. I could promote every weekend at my basketball league, which we're going into our 4th season.
Wow.
So we're going to our 4th season, and then I just partnered up with 2 other leagues to become one league. It made sense.
Yeah.
I'm on the road a lot, so I'm like, well, look, y'all run the league for me, and we'll figure it out and do this. And then we're about to launch it in Oklahoma. So I'm doing
really?
Like I said, it makes sense. I'm doing everything I'm doing in LA is going to Oklahoma. I'm going back.
Juice. I think you're out of here, man. I think you're already in Oklahoma right now, man. You probably got a lady laid up.
Yeah, I do actually. Hey, my
yeah?
last 2 women has been in Oklahoma. My ex is in Oklahoma. My new girl is in Oklahoma.
Oh, that's fly, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff, though, man. I mean, but that whole play with like having the whole basketball league with your whole background, and then kind of looping in so you can build a much larger type of network around comedy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, this is before I knew what I was doing. This is like, yo, they came up to me. The club was like, yo, you got to have a name for the show. It just can't be comedy show. They said no. I was like, give me a couple of days, and I had to figure out I wanted something that from the beginning to the end that was me. So basketball, layups, 2 stand-up comedy was real, and it was me. And I've been writing it out, made a logo for it with the little basketball and the mic, and I've been writing it. I'm getting a chain, man, eventually.
Oh,
Save your pennies. I'm not telling nobody to get money and start buying chains. I'm cheap. This is long. It's going to be on layaway for about 3 years, but listen, eventually I'm going to have it on. Right now, I just paid for the first little change you lick.
I got the first little hook,
the first little hook.
Little clam hook, I got you.
I got a long way to go, though, but little by little.
Hey, man, you know what, though? Honestly, though, I think it's cool to even start wearing some fake chains again, though, man. You got the plated chain.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knows these days, man.
That's true. Just don't put no water on it. Don't put no water on it.
You can't wear it overnight.
You better hope it ain't raining. They don't let you get one of those rainy days like yesterday. You better take it off. Take it off.
Got that green neck.
Listen, it's nothing worse having that green neck. What's showing your neck? Don't worry about that. Listen, focus up here. Look up here. Look up here.
It's all real,
yeah. But that's my ultimate goal is just to, like I said, I want to create a platform from other comedians coming up. So right now I'm doing other producing.
Okay.
And I'm doing a show next week, and that's going to be my last show I do for the next few months because I'm about to start producing other people's shows for them.
That's the one that's going to be in LA, right?
In LA. So
on the 14th?
On the 14th, 8:30, Comedy Union off La Brea and Pico. So that's going to be the last show I'm going to do because the next 6 months, I got like 4 or 5 comedians. I'm going to help them start shows and produce them for them. I'm all about behind the scenes. Again, I want to be behind the scenes and how my brand push them up for it, and then I can focus on me just performing.
Well, I mean, you with the past experience of kind of like having your own tour. I mean, I'm sure people are going to be leaning on you for just for that. I mean, that's a skill set that a lot of people just don't have. I mean, a lot of people don't even want to try to develop really.
You gotta fail. I always I go talk because that's what I want to do too. Because I know a lot of people, it's a wave going on with like the Instagram video.
Yeah.
I've been making.
I saw that video too, man. I saw you talking to the kids.
A lot of people talk me.
You was motivating them, man. It was good, man.
A lot of people have been telling me to make. I'm like, bro, I don't want to. But lately, I've been like, I'm all right. I'll make one here and there. But if I make for every funny video, I'm gonna put out 5, inspirational videos, entrepreneur videos that's actually like. I don't care about the views. I care about the content, what it is. Like, this is. I'm telling you how to do it. Like, this is what you do. Like, build it from the ground up. And my main thing I tell the kids is like, if you gotta put yourself in a situation to fail to win. Period. If you don't, you're not gonna win. And so a lot of people see you when you win, but there been times that I did shows and I paid everybody and I still was broke. Or after I did a show, my whole staff got paid. They pull up in their cars parking. They like, where you at, Juice? I'm like, listen, everybody just meet in the back. I'm coming. And I text a club on like, open the back door. Because, I just got off the bus. I had to walk through the
Sure.
Like, so I remember the process. So I'm really I just support and like, as I grow, I remember what it was like when I couldn't do certain things. So it's like,
That's fly though, man. You know, because a lot of people don't want to talk about the process of growing, because normally it's a humble experience, right? I mean, normally it's not the whole shiny lights, and you aren't that guy yet. But it's dope that you're willing to share that, because it's for the people, really, right? I mean, that's what it seems like.
I want it to be as real as possible. That's my main thing. And then because that way, when I share about my wins, you know, you clap. You feel like you was there with me. A lot of people come to my shows. He could attest a lot. It's the same people. They keep coming back and keep coming back. Like I'm the person that DM everybody. Like, yo, I personally hit everybody up. This juice, yeah, bro. You just told me that on Facebook. Oh, my bad, bro. I need to make sure you get your ticket, bro. My bad. Like, if you got my number, I'm gonna DM you 4 different ways. We gotta link
up for sure, though, man. I'm all good to DMs, man. It's cool.
DMs, Facebook DMs, Snapchat, but it makes it more real. You feel like it motivates you. You be like, oh, I saw him do that. He wasn't like he was hiding it. You know what I'm saying? I remember when his tooth was gray and now he fixed it. You know what I'm saying? I remember those days. You know, I was there with him. So for me, I feel like that makes people more. It's all about creating being true and people to relate to you. I feel I'm really relatable.
Man, I mean, bro, like you have this energy about you, though, man. That's contagious, though, man.
Appreciate it.
Like the people that you said that you look up to and people that you watch, Martin Lawrence, you have that energy type of vibe pulling from them.
Super physical, right? I can't stop moving. Stop moving. Like, okay.
I mean, man, you know, but it's something that I think comics, you just gotta be born with, though, man.
Yeah.
I wish I was funny. Like I be trying to crack jokes. My jokes is garbage. I already know it. And so I'm not even gonna touch the microphone.
Oh, for real? You should try. See, that was one of my worries when I first started. I ain't gonna lie. Like, people should tip. I'm like, I don't have jokes. There's like, I don't have to this day. I don't have I don't have jokes. I just have real life stuff that's funny, and I stretch them out and make them. And then I start realizing that is the jokes. Oh. I mean, but so maybe you can do it. I'm giving you hope right now. I'm telling you.
I'm not sure I want that hope though, man.
Maybe punchlines is not your thing. Maybe like dot joke. Maybe you need stories.
A scenario type of thing.
Yeah, see, that's what it's all. You just gotta find your niche. You're not a one hitter. You can't do not who's there. That's not you.
Right.
That's not me either. That's it.
I mean, but man, you know. So do you literally pull your actual jokes from your everyday life? Is that how you kind of get everything?
Yeah, I do. And that, but for me, is so. I got good at it now. I'm doing the same materials I started, but now I'm getting better because some of it gets dark. Okay. And so I'm doing a better job at expressing it and making it okay to laugh at it. So, you know, I talk about stuff like living in a motel with my whole family. My dad never been in my life off and on, popping up, disappearing. Me being unjustly placed in special ed. Like, that's literally my punchline. I was unjustly placed in special ed. Oh. And if people laugh, like, how? They got me against my own will. Like and I talk about real stuff like that. How I was in special ed. I get picked to read, and you know it's bad when the whole class started laughing. You get picked. Like before I even started talking.
I had that problem too, though.
Oh, you did too?
I used to stutter, man. So like, I mean, so look, back in the day, if you were afraid to actually read, I mean, man, you would start flipping stuff. I mean, like you would start calling. You would start.
You never. You
either like, start fighting or you would start joning people.
You never used to like try to read it before. Like I used to read it before. I used to remember it, and then when the teacher picked me, I was like, "Yo, pick this paragraph." Yeah. The teacher pick a different paragraph. Like, yo, you playing with me right now? Why did you pop? I hated popcorn reading. Yeah. I liked it when I said count in my class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. This is the easiest paragraph right here. And then somebody will come late, and then I get this. Oh man, I ain't gonna go through it, man. I went through it.
That's funny though, man.
But the real stuff is what's funny, and I realize that people can. I feel like with comedy, anytime you take a joke and it's like real emotion to it and real energy, you can make it funny.
Comics can talk about some stuff that people just can't normally touch on. You know what I mean? Like I think that's one of the specialties because like, you know, if me and like, let's say Jay just start talking, right? Yeah. You know, and then I'm like, man, you know, I had a hard time coming up, whatever. Yeah. You know, like, ain't nobody trying to have no sob story, right? You know. But like comics can have that same conversation and flip it into something that's hilarious, though, man.
For sure.
That's pretty cool, and especially with everything that's going on these days, there's a lot of tension, but comics can kind of cut through that. Quick.
I mean, we trying to. It's so everybody's so sensitive now. You can't talk about nothing.
Are people more sensitive?
They super. Like, I was just reading on my way here. I don't know. Y'all saw Kevin Hart, and he's not hosting the Oscars no more.
Why?
Because I guess for some old tweets about sexist tweets.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, you can't joke about nothing no more. It's
but I thought that comedy had that one. I mean, there's this rule that I heard from my barber because he's also an actual comedian, and he was saying that, man, if you can say anything that you want as long as it's funny.
Facts. 100% accurate. It's funny.
I mean, so I think that's a good rule to live by. If it's funny, like if it gets me to laugh, all right, I'm cool. It could be some wild stuff, but it's got to be funny. But if it's not funny, I guess people want to fight you at the show.
That's 100% accurate. But then, the higher you go up, it's like, they'll find any way
to try to tear you down,
or find something like, we don't want him hosting because he said transgender, da. Yo, nobody's gonna have views and like everything that's going on. Like, it's just the way it is. Right. That's a small amount of people among everybody else who, like, Kevin Hart does so much of clean, like. He don't touch nothing. Like, how do you? It's like it's impossible to do anything.
It's true though.
I'm never gonna host the Oscars or none of that stuff because I'm telling you, because listen. I'm gonna have to have my own platform because I'm gonna say what I want. I'm sorry. I'm more like Cat Williams, Eddie Griffin. I'm gonna say what I want.
I think it's needed though, man. I think it's needed for some people just to be candid and like honest about how they feel, because there's other people that probably feel the same way. They just don't have the platform to do it, or they don't have the courage to kind of say it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
nobody. It's just. I just feel like you get put on a platform, so like, ain't nobody gonna perfectly have the same views on. If I'm saying something that you don't like or that's wrong, say something or disagree. Okay, cool. You have your right to your opinion. I have mine. Just because I'm on the higher have this platform, that doesn't mean I know everything or everything I'm saying gonna be. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny, man? I think as a country too, like, we got to start dealing with some stuff. I think people get sensitive.
Like race. Like, race. Like, yes, race. Yes, it's something that's going on. Like, anybody be like, it's you're tripping. No, it's not. You can't. But at the same time, we got to understand, like, if they're not in our situation, haven't been in our shoes, they're not going to see how we see it. It's like we're not going to see how they see it. So it's just about agreeing and disagreeing. It's all right, well, this is your way of thinking. This is mine. You're not right. I'm not wrong. But people always like, no, you got to think like, I had a girlfriend like that. Like, she like, you got to think like, I'm not thinking like you want me to think.
Right.
That's why we broke up. I'm not thinking how you want me to think. I'm thinking how I want to think.
Is she in L.A. or is she in Oklahoma?
Oklahoma. I told you, man. That's it.
Jeez, you got all the roots in Oklahoma.
Man, I'm so excited. Like I said, make sure y'all come to the show December 14th, 8:30, Comedy Union. She actually coming out here to the show. I'm excited. I'm excited, y'all. So please, ladies, don't try to talk to me this shit.
Juice, man. I love this conversation, though, man. I love the fact that that you've built your own platform, though.
Yeah,
man.
appreciate it.
I mean, like, seriously, that's something that is highly respectable, man. Because a lot of people, for one, either just lazy, don't know how, don't want to figure it out, whatever the case may be. But you put the work in so you can go build up your own tour. Yeah. Man, please tell everybody how to find you and tell them about the show that's coming up.
Make sure, sexy voice. So y'all can find me on Instagram and Twitter at I Am Juice Man. That's I Am Juice Man with 2 N's. My business page / nonprofit page is Layups to Stand Up. That's LAYUPS. The actual number 2 and it's Stand Up. STANDUP. That's the same for Twitter, Facebook. You could find more information by going to my website, layupstostandup.com. All the tour dates is on there. All the upcoming events, charity events, all that's on there. You can click the links. My next show is December 14th at the Comedy Union. Showtime's 8:30. Doors open at 8. 2-drink minimum. Some cheap drinks. Toy drive. We donate to the Salvation Army. It's a program that's called the Tree Program. It's called the Leadership Tree Program. It's where for Christmas, at-risk kids or don't have, we make sure that they get a present. Everybody leave with a present. So we gonna wrap the toys up, take it up there to them, share some love for the kids. I believe every kid deserves a present on Christmas. 100%. So that's what we try and do. And other than that, man, I just want to keep appreciate the platform. Let me come and share my story. I want to keep pushing positive vibes, positive energy. And anybody out there, if you got something you want to do, just go do it, man. It's okay. It's okay. Just go do it. That's the main thing I want to push. Is just like, if I can do it. And like I said, I'll come from living in a Hope Motel, special ed, struggling from trying to figure it out to be able to do what I'm doing now. You can too. So.
Juice, man, I love having you on the show, man. Seriously though, man, I'm gonna be at the show. 100%. I'm gonna buy at least a couple toys, bring them out for the kids, man. I think what you're doing there is great, man, and honestly, it's just true inspiration for anybody that wants to do anything that they're up to. Because launching your own platform is the way to go.
Yeah, same to you, man. I love what you're doing, man. I hope I could come and be a regular current guest and come back, man.
Look, man, we're gonna talk about doing this whole podcast in a minute here. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously. I mean, like, I wasn't sure if, like, Jay told you over there, but I mean, now that we're having dinner, I'm gonna put like full course press on you.
Okay.
A little bit.
All right. I already know you know all about that full course press. You told me a little bit earlier. You getting pressed? We ain't gonna talk about that right now. Juice, I love it, man.
Oh, and thank you for listening to the full episode with Juice. You guys should definitely go check out any of his content. He's a beast on Instagram. You could find Demetrius Juice Deason at I am Juice Man with 2 N's on Instagram. Follow him, check him out, and stay tuned for any of his layups to stand-up comedy tour that's coming out. And if you really enjoyed this content, tell a friend, share it on social, take a screenshot, share it with me, put it on Instagram stories, wherever you want to share it. I would greatly appreciate it. And leave a comment wherever you consume the podcast. It really helps this show get discovered. There's so many podcasts dropping every day, so I really, really appreciate it. With that said, guys, you guys stay tuned to the next episode.